Well, China's new foreign minister has warned there will be war unless the United States changes its path. In a press conference held during the National People's Congress, Qin Gang hit out at the US and said its efforts to encircle China are bound to fail.
The new face of China's foreign affairs fronted the foreign press for the first time. And one of Qin Gang's first statements was to warn of a potential war.
If the United States does not hit the brakes but continues to speed down the wrong path, no amount of guardrails can prevent a crash, and there will surely be conflict and confrontation.
The former ambassador to the United States blamed the US for the souring of relations, denounced America's build-up of forces around China and its series of unsportsmanlike sanctions.
The United States talks a lot about following rules, but imagine two athletes competing in the Olympic race if one side always tries to trip the other. This is not fair competition, but malicious confrontation.
He talked up China's improving ties with Russia, but denied any transfer of weapons and levelled his own accusations around the conflict in Ukraine.
Regrettably, efforts to persuade peace and promote talks have been consistently undermined. It seems that there is an invisible hand pushing for the protraction and escalation of the conflict, using the Ukrainian crisis to serve certain geopolitical agendas.
There have long been fears Taiwan would one day face a similar fate. Beijing claims the self-ruled territory as its own, has threatened to take it over by force, and carries out regular military activity around it. The Chinese foreign minister warned the US must not interfere in this matter, which he describes as China's first red line.
Minister Qin Gang made it very clear that China in the next few years is not going to just listen to what is demanded in the West. China is going to make its own voice. I think the West cannot expect China to just do the ways they want China to do in many aspects, especially those areas that China sees as its core interests.
Australian officials will surely note Qin Gang's criticism of what he described as exclusive cliques of countries in the Indo-Pacific, which he claims make conflict in the region more likely. It was quite an introduction for the new man in an incredibly significant position, whose words and warnings now have great weight. Brent O'Halloran, Sky News in Taipei.